In the huge picture of our world, there are places that seem to have been made with a special thread, places of amazing beauty and deep culture. Argentina, a country that stretches from the warm Tropic of Capricorn all the way to the cold tip of Antarctica, is one such amazing place. It's a land where nature puts on its most exciting shows, from loud waterfalls that shake the ground to giant glaciers that slowly move through quiet valleys. It is a country of huge differences, where the fiery passion of the tango dances in big cities and old traditions whisper through colorful canyons. My name is Discoveria, and I have spent my whole life exploring the amazing things on our planet. But Argentina still grabs my attention, showing me new secrets with every visit. It is a place that speaks not just to your eyes, but to your heart. The sheer size of its landscapes, from the sunny plains of the Pampas to the sharp ice-covered peaks of Patagonia, reminds us of how powerful and artistic the natural world is. Here, life has found amazing ways to live, creating places full of unique and wonderful animals. Join me now as we start a trip through this land of silver. We will travel from the busy beaches of its main resort to the quiet, frozen wilderness of the south. We will explore cities full of history and culture and go into wetlands that are a safe place for wildlife. This is not just a list of places to go, it is an invitation to feel the very heart of Argentina, a country of unmatched variety and breathtaking wonder. Let us begin our exploration of 12 places that you simply must see. Our trip starts on the Atlantic coast, at a place that has long been the heart of Argentine summer. Mar del Plata, which used to be the fancy beach getaway for the country's rich families, has changed a lot over the years. The grand houses and big mansions from the early 1900s are still there, elegant reminders of a time long past. They look out over beaches that are now full of life, no longer just for the rich, but enjoyed by everyone. This is Argentina's best beach resort, a city that fills with energy and excitement when the southern sun is at its brightest. During the summer months, you can feel a real buzz. The long stretches of golden sand become a mix of colorful umbrellas and busy activities, from lively games of beach soccer to families simply enjoying the refreshing ocean. As evening comes, the city's famous sea lion colony barks goodbye to the day, and the waterfront streets come alive. Theaters, restaurants, and casinos light up the night, offering a fun and truly Argentine cultural experience that goes perfectly with the beautiful coastline. It is a place of joyful celebration. From the coast, we travel far to the northwest, into the high mountains of the Andes. Here lies the Quebrada de Humahuaca, a huge and amazing valley that cuts through the mountains. This isn't just a cool rock formation. It's a pathway of human history, a trading route that has been used for over 10,000 years. Old caravan trails, once walked by people before the Incas, are carved into the valley floor, connecting the high Andean plains with the wide lowlands. The air is thin here, and it's very quiet, with only the wind making a sound. The canyon's most famous site is definitely the Cerro de los Siete Colores, the Hill of Seven Colors. It's a geological masterpiece, like a painting where different layers of ocean dirt and river movements have been pushed up and worn away over millions of years to show off a stunning mix of reds, greens, purples, and yellows. Each layer tells a story of a different time in Earth's history. The small earthy-colored town of Purmamarca sits at its base, its mud brick buildings seeming to grow right out of the ground, showing a culture deeply connected to this amazing and ancient landscape. Now we go into a world made of water, the Iberá wetlands. This is one of the planet's great wild places, a huge mix of marshes, swamps, lakes, and floating islands of plants. Second in size only to the Pantanal in Brazil. Covering a huge area, it's a life-giving safe haven, a vast connected system where the lines between land and water are beautifully blurry. The sheer size of this ecosystem is hard to understand. It's a world all its own, ruled by the rhythm of the rains and the slow, steady flow of water. For anyone who loves nature, Iberá is a paradise. It's a strong home for South America's most famous wildlife. Here, the giant anteater walks through the grasslands. The marsh deer, an animal perfectly suited to this wet world, steps carefully through the shallow water. And the capybara, the world's largest rodent, gathers in large, friendly family groups. Traveling through the dark waters by boat, you can come face to face with yakari caiman sunbathing and listen to the loud sounds of over 350 types of birds. It is a place with immense variety of life and a strong example of successful efforts to bring back wild animals. We travel now to the far south, to the wild and windy land of Patagonia. Here, poking into the sky like a sharp piece of rock, stands Mount Fitzroy. Its jagged points are so often covered in clouds that the native Tehuelche people called it Chalten, meaning smoking mountain. It is a tough and famous peak, a guiding light for mountain climbers from all over the world who come to test their skill and bravery against its steep ice-covered walls. The challenge is huge, and the weather is, honestly, known for being tricky and harsh. Yet, you don't need to be an expert climber to feel small next to it. For photographers and hikers, the paths that wind through the nearby Los Glaciares National Park offer amazing views of this giant rock. As the first or last light of day hits its peaks, they light up in shades of fiery orange and soft pink, a sight that really stays in your memory. It is a shape of such raw beauty and strong power that it has become a symbol of wild nature itself, famously inspiring the logo for the Patagonia outdoor clothing brand, a symbol of untamed nature. On Patagonia's Atlantic coast is the city of Puerto Madryn. At first glance, it looks like a modern, busy city with long, nice beaches. But its real importance comes from its location as a starting point for one of the most amazing wildlife shows on Earth. The city's deep protected bay, the Golfo Nuevo, is itself a safe place. But it's the nearby Peninsula Valdez, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, that brings visitors from all over the world. This dry, windy peninsula is a very important breeding ground for a huge variety of sea animals. From June to December, these waters become a nursery for the magnificent southern right whale. Mothers and their newborn babies can be seen from the shore, and boat tours offer respectful close-up views of these gentle giants as they jump out of the water, poke their heads up, and slap their huge tails against the water. It is honestly an experience of deep connection with the ocean world. The peninsula is also home to huge groups of sea lions, elephant seals, and the majestic orca, which are famous here for their unique hunting trick of purposefully beaching themselves to catch their prey. Leaving the wild coast, we travel inland to the middle of Argentina, to the city of Cordoba. This is the country's second largest city, a place where old history and young energy live together in a fascinating way. Its story is deeply connected to the Jesuit order, which became very strong here in the 1600s. The lasting impact of their smart ideas and impressive buildings is beautifully kept in the Manzana Jesuitica, or Jesuit Block, a UNESCO World Heritage Site right in the city center. Walking through this block, you can explore the country's oldest university, the National University of Cordoba, along with grand churches and old colonial homes. Their thick walls and quiet courtyards seem to echo with hundreds of years of learning and religious devotion. This tradition of learning continues today, as Cordoba is home to a huge and lively student population. Their youthful energy fills the city's many cafes, bars, and public squares, creating a lively cultural scene that, honestly, stands in interesting contrast to the serious feel of its old colonial buildings, making Cordoba a city of both mind and spirit. Our journey now takes us to the very edge of the continent, to a place that proudly calls itself El Fin del Mundo, the end of the world. Ushuaia, nestled between the Marshall Mountains and the icy waters of the Beagle Channel, holds the title of the world's southernmost city. It started out as a prison colony, a remote and inescapable jail. Today, that history is kept in a fascinating museum, but the city has completely changed. It is now a busy center, the last outpost of civilization before the huge white wilderness of Antarctica. For many travelers, Ushuaia is the much-awaited starting point for cruises to the seventh continent. The port is busy with expedition ships getting ready for the tough Drake Passage. But the city is a remarkable destination on its own. It is the gateway to the Tierra del Fuego National Park, a land of cold forests, calm bays, and lots of wildlife. Here, you can hike to untouched glacial lakes, kayak on the freezing Beagle Channel alongside sea lions and cormorants, and feel the deep sense of being alone and the beauty that comes from standing at the very tip of South America. In the dry area behind the mighty Andes Mountains lies an amazing green spot, a testament to human cleverness. This is Mendoza, a city that thrives in a dry landscape thanks to a complex network of irrigation channels, or acequias, first built by the Incas and later made bigger by the Spanish. This life-giving water has turned the region into the heart of Argentina's famous wine country. The landscape is a stunning pattern of vineyards stretching towards the huge snow-capped wall of the Andes. The region is known worldwide for its Malbec, a grape that has found its perfect home in this high-up sunny land. A visit here is a deep dive into the world of winemaking, with countless bodegas, from small family-run places to grand architectural estates opening their doors for tours and tastings. But Mendoza is more than just wine. It is also a top spot for adventure. Sitting near Aconcagua, the tallest mountain in the Americas, it offers world-class hiking, climbing, and whitewater rafting, a perfect mix of enjoyment and excitement. Tucked away on the shores of the huge and deep blue Lago Nahuel Huapi, surrounded by mountains covered in forests, lies a town that feels like it has been picked up and dropped directly from the Swiss Alps. This is San Carlos de Bariloche. Its special stone and wood buildings, a legacy from Central European immigrants, give the town a unique and undeniable charm. It feels a world away from the sun-baked plains or the tropical jungles found elsewhere in Argentina, offering a taste of a completely different continent. Bariloche is a year-round place for people who love the outdoors. In winter, its closeness to Cerro Catedral, one of South America's biggest ski resorts, makes it a magnet for skiers and snowboarders. In summer, the snow melts away to show a paradise for hikers, kayakers, and fly fishermen. But perhaps Bariloche is most famous for something else: chocolate. The main streets are lined with artisanal chocolate shops, a legacy of its European founders, filling the air with a sweet, irresistible smell. It is a place of comfort, adventure, and delicious treats. Deep in southern Patagonia, we enter a place shaped by ice. Los Glaciares National Park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site of almost unbelievably huge size and power. It is home to a big part of the southern Patagonian ice field, the largest ice cap outside of Antarctica and Greenland. From this immense frozen storage, nearly 50 big glaciers slowly grind their way down through the valleys, carving the very mountains as they go. It is a landscape in constant though slow movement, a powerful show of nature's raw force. The park's most famous and easiest to reach glacier is the Perito Moreno. Unlike most of the world's glaciers, it is staying about the same size, moving forward at a steady pace. Standing on the viewing platforms, you can see the full drama of this river of ice. The glacier groans and cracks, the sound echoing across the valley, before huge pieces of ice, some as big as buildings, break off its face and crash into Lago Argentino below. It is a powerful, amazing experience, a direct meeting with the geological forces that have shaped our planet over thousands of years. We arrive now in the magnificent sprawling city of Buenos Aires, the nation's capital and its cultural heart. This is a city of grand streets and elegant European-style buildings, earning it the nickname the Paris of South America. But beneath this fancy outside beats a passionate, creative, and unstoppable Latin American heart. It is a city of huge differences, where the rich grandeur of the Recoleta neighborhood exists alongside the lively artistic spirit of San Telmo and the colorful, working-class history of La Boca. This is the city that gave the world the tango. The dance was born in the immigrant port areas in the late 1800s, a mix of cultures and a physical way to show longing and desire. Today, its sensual sad music spills out from dance halls, or milongas, and is performed with amazing skill in the city's squares. Buenos Aires is a city to be explored slowly, to be taken in through its world-class art museums, its famous steakhouses, its busy street markets, and its countless neighborhood cafes, where porteños, the city's residents, gather to talk, dream, and drink coffee. For our final stop, we travel to the northeastern corner of Argentina, to a place where the power of nature is on its most awesome and loud display. Here, on the border with Brazil, the Iguazu River, full of the rains from the highlands, plunges over a basalt cliff in a spectacular series of 275 individual waterfalls. This is Iguazu Falls. It is a sight and a sound that overwhelms your senses. The sheer amount of water, especially during the rainy season, is astonishing, creating a permanent cloud of mist that supports a lush, warm rainforest. The falls are protected on both the Argentine and Brazilian sides by national parks, creating a safe place for toucans, coatis, and countless butterflies. While the Brazilian side offers a grand wide view, the Argentine side allows for a more up-close, powerful experience. A network of walkways takes you over, under, and alongside the roaring waterfalls, ending at the walkway to the Garganta del Diablo, the Devil's Throat. Here, you stand right at the edge of the biggest waterfall, surrounded by spray and thunder, a humbling and unforgettable meeting with one of the planet's greatest natural wonders. Our journey through Argentina has come to an end, but the memories of its wonders will surely last. We have stood at the end of the world in Ushuaia and been deafened by the power of Iguazu. We have felt the quiet presence of the Andes in the colorful canyons of the north and seen the living, breathing ice of Patagonia. From the rhythm of the tango in the streets of Buenos Aires to the quiet solitude of the Ibera wetlands, Argentina has shown itself to be a country of astonishing breadth and deep meaning. It is more than just a place on a map. It is a living, breathing thing. This land challenges what we think and makes us understand more about what our planet can be. It is a place where culture is not just kept in museums, but is lived in the streets, where history is written in the landscape itself, and where nature works on a scale that is both humbling and deeply inspiring. The spirit of Argentina lies in its differences, the warmth of its people, and the wildness of its frontiers, the fancy parts of its cities, and the raw beauty of its wild areas. It is like a blanket woven from countless threads of history, culture, and nature. It is my hope that this journey has made you want to see this extraordinary country for yourself, to walk its paths, to taste its wine, to feel the spray of its waterfalls, and to connect with its vibrant soul. For to travel through Argentina is to be reminded of the incredible variety and beauty that our world holds. It is a journey that changes you, leaving a lasting mark on your heart. Until our next discovery, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep loving the magnificent planet we all call home.